Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Monday, the 12th of September, comes to you from London. And quite a lot of green on the screen this morning. Remembering this is my weekly, my daily, and my 60-minute chart, my long-term, medium-term, and short-term view of the market with the corresponding point and figure charts and targets. So this is the bullish dollar chart. We're bullish on the medium and long-term charts, but the short-term chart, we are just seeing the dollar pulling back, which means that the other currencies against the dollar have had a little bit of a resurgence. So we're seeing the euro, for example, just pushing higher above the cloud there. The yen, we're seeing also the dollar is just powering ahead on the long term, but short term we are just seeing that pullback. And sterling is looking a little bit stronger against that weaker dollar. But if we look at the euro, sterling is actually the weaker one here in a downtrend now, and just testing those multi-month lows, actually 12-month lows really against the euro. So sterling struggling, and GDP numbers out this morning in the UK were disappointing. Bitcoin's back above $22,000, so there we're seeing a short-term recovery there, but still bearish in the medium and long-term charts. The S&P 500 index was up 1.5% on Friday, and we're seeing the futures up again this morning. So markets staying relatively cheerful. We're seeing European markets recovering a bit this morning as well. The DAX up 1.6%, but we are still bearish below the cloud on that long and medium term chart. So this is just short-term respite if you look at the longer-term trends. Japan was up slightly. The Hang Seng actually powered ahead, up 2.7%. But again, this market has really been falling now for 2 years and not looking very good at all. In India, we had the Sensex up 0.66% and the Aussie market up 1%. So we did see a bit of a recovery there as well. We'll look at the energy mix in a minute. We're seeing some of the soft commodities off, sugar, wheat, down as well. The long-term trends for commodities still looking very bullish, and gold sitting at 1725, really stuck around this level at the moment. And if we look at US bond yields, falling this morning, down 0.7%. So that's good for bond prices. The yields just pulling back from that 3.5% price. But we do still have these long-term targets for yields. That one met there, and if you look at the 30-year bond yield, we are seeing 4.5% as pretty standard now, and this column will give us a new upside target. In the UK, the announcement that interest rates decision's been delayed for the Queen, so next week we will hear on interest rates. Looking at the energy mix, quite interesting looking at the reports this morning. The weekly report, we've turned bearish on gas and Nordic power, and today we're bearish on gas as well. So when those trends align like that, that's a really good sign that we've got a short term and a very short term call in the same direction. Looking at crude oil, we're actually bullish we're neutral this morning, but since then we've had a move through the cloud with these upside targets. So that's why we were neutral. We were actually bearish this morning below the cloud, but we felt that those targets would win. Looking at US nat gas up 1.3%, looking bullish here as well, and coal still remaining very bullish. Emissions actually recovering this morning off their lows, but again still very clearly bearish below the trends there. And looking at gas, the key numbers on TTF were down 200 on front month. We're below that now with lots of downside targets, so really clear that we're going to fall away today. And if looking at MBP, similar position here below that 400 level, and again downside targets really clear that we'd fall away. German power has since given some movement, and we are now back below that 500 support level, so that's bearish for power prices. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.